Good evening, good evening. Once again, it's your friend, it's your family, True Streets. From True Streets, I could have been a pastor. How's everybody doing out there this evening? I hope everybody's fine, everybody's well and all. Well, tonight is about to get into it. Let's get it started. Once again, good evening and welcome back. Tonight, talking about problems. Problems that other people have that they push off on you. Simple problems, dramatic problems. It's all their issues. Instead of dealing with their stuff themselves, they push it off on you, they blame you, they try to manipulate the situation, pointing fingers, doing everything but taking the guilt on the person who the guilt should fall on. And the reason I'm on this topic tonight, because last night and today, I ran into two of those problems with my daughter's mom and my ex. Now, as I start on my ex first. Okay, so last night, get in, I take my daughter home, get back to the house, get ready to relax and all. Then my 19-year-old knocks on my room door. Mind you, he's been staying at his mom's house because she's supposed to be going through issues, personal issues, or whatever. But anyway, he knocks on my door. I tell him to come in. He comes in the room. He's crying. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, so why are you crying? And he's like, Mom. And I'm like, oh, what's going on now? So next thing you know, he gets to going on telling me about how his mom called him and her girlfriend, who she's involved with, to the back bedroom, I guess, so to have a conversation or whatever with him. So while she's having this conversation with him, she pulls out a knife. When she pulls out this knife, she says that she's tired, nobody respects her, nobody cares about her, nobody feels about her, goes on or whatever, and says she's going to, end herself. And so I looks at him and I'm like, okay, so what happened? So then he says, well, he grabs the knife out of her hand. And then he's like, Mom, don't do it. We do care, blah, blah, blah. The normal routine when people care. Okay, so after that goes on for a few minutes, I go to tell him, I'm like, look, son, I know that's your mother. And I always tell y'all to respect your mother, love your mother, cherish your mother. Regardless if you don't even love her, she don't even treat you right, that's still your mom. It's your one and only mom that you got. Alright, now, some people tell me I'm wrong for saying that because if she ain't right, then, you know what I'm saying, what's the use of telling the kids to do right by her? But like I said, the reason I say it because that's their mother. Alright, so then I go on to tell him, I'm like, look, you're 19. You known your mother since you've been born. You know how she is. She's been, now, don't get me wrong, some people go through with it. Some people just do stuff for attention. And his mother is one of the attention ones. Because if she was supposedly going to take her own life, she would have been gone years ago. But she's still here. And all she does is basically does things and try to make people feel sorry for her. And I know in some aspects people are crying out for help and all. And they need help. And we shouldn't be feeling towards them like this because so many people take their lives. So many people be feeling sad and all these other crazy things that go on in their lives. But this particular lady, on the other hand, it's not like that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Y'all forgive me. But if she was gonna take her life, she would have did it. She doesn't. She has no plan on taking her own life. But the stuff that she do may end her life. Meaning she's a very, very, very heavy drinker. She's a very heavy smoker. Those are the only two things that I know that she does. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the private, so I don't care, don't know, don't want to know. But as far as what I know, those are the things she does. So within the last, I guess, 2 years or so, she's been saying she has these ailments. She has cancer. She has knots. She has tumors. She has all these different type of things wrong with her. But yet, there's no medications besides like high blood pressure and stuff like that. She's supposed to have sugar. It's like she has 99 problems, but ain't taking medication for none. Ain't acting like she has these problems, and aren't treating herself like she has these problems. Whereas the person in their right mind, if they had all these ailments, they'll be trying, live a healthier life, try to get things in order. And so in her aspect, only thing she does is work. Thus, she ain't got to ask nobody for nothing. But besides that, that's I really it's like the words is because it boggles me. Like, why does she constantly put this stuff over on her kids? And I mean, like, when I was in the picture, she got rid of me, got me out the picture. You know what I'm saying? Because she wanted to do her thing. Now that she done got out there doing her thing, every time I turn around, she's calling for me, or my sons is coming to me because she wants to talk to me. She wants to whatever it is and this. And I'm like, I'm not her keeper anymore. When I was her keeper, she didn't want me to be her keeper. So she put me on the curb. So since I've been on the curb and doing my own thing, now she keeps trying to draw me back in. And I'm like, look, stop talking to me. I mean, if it ain't about the kids, we really don't have nothing to talk about. I mean, like, I don't get into your personal. You don't get into mine. You try. You say what you're going to do. And that's another thing. Here it is. We ain't been together in almost 6 years. But yet, I'm going to jump on this person. I'm going to do this to this person that's in my life. For what? They ain't did nothing to you. And then, you about to be 50 years old. Some of the females I talk to, whatever, a little younger. One of them might just beat the skin off of you. I ain't never seen you big fight. You know what I'm saying? You've been claiming you've been a gangster all your life, but this is a true statement. So I'm like, so getting back onto my son. So my son grabs his knife, puts it away, whatever. All right. So then he comes over now right before he gets to leave. Her and her lady friend gets into it, or whatever. So now she's calling my phone, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, can we have a meeting? And I'm like, a meeting about what? You know what I'm saying? And then she goes on as far as, well, I'm going through these situations. I'm about to have this operation surgery in 2 weeks. And mind you, this surgery she's been talking about for like 6 months. Talking about she's about to have surgery in 2 weeks. Okay. Now it's these 2 weeks again. Okay, so mind you, little Will, my 19-year-old's been staying over there with her, trying to make sure she have everything because he cares about his mom. All right. So now, but yet she's calling me talking about he don't have a job. He helps me out and does this, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do that. And I'm like, okay, well, you asked him to come there to take care of you. Now that he's there taking care of you, you're saying what he should be doing and what he need to be doing. Okay, if he wasn't there taking care of you, he could be out there working, getting his own life together. But here it is, you don't mess with his knowledge, well, his mental so much he's not in school anymore, and he don't have a high school education. But yet now, he's a bothersome to you. Whereas though when he wasn't a bothersome, he was over here at my house, going to school, wasn't worried about a job because I'm like, as long as you in your school, I'll take care of everything else. Conned him into getting him over there. Now he has a cigarette habit. He drinks and so forth. And I'm like, okay, now that he has all these extra burdens of his own, now you don't want him around. And I'm like, so now he's there, you're telling him this stuff like that after he's been there doing whatever you tell him to do and got to deal with your girlfriend, even though that's his mother's house and that's his house. His name was on a lease, but it's not anymore. It's on my lease. But anyway, so he deals with this and that. So now you're telling him and all this other stuff. Okay, so now it gets back to the phone call with me. So she's telling me, well, Will, why do the kids love you and don't love me, and getting mad at me because the kids feel for me and don't feel for her in that type of way. And I'm like, for one, I don't know how my kids feel for you because I'm not inside their head. And for two, I treat my children one way, you treat them another way. And evidently, the way that you're treating them may not be correct, or they don't see as correct, or they don't feel that you even treat them as humans. Whereas though, every time my sons come around her, this is her words, you're so disrespectful, y'all treat me any kind of way, y'all don't come see me, y'all don't love me, y'all don't care about me, this and that, y'all dislike me, what did I do to y'all, and all these other things. Okay, now going past that, if we take an accountability of the things that she acts like she doesn't know happened, but I'm gonna give you accountability, so you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, me and my ex-wife had 3 kids together, 3 sons, 18, 19, 14. Okay, we was married in 2007. We've been together since 2001, the end of 2001, beginning of 2002. Okay, now, out this time, she stepped outside of the house quite a few times. She took my kids and said she was going to her sister's and left for 14 months, and I haven't seen her, and she was only supposed to be gone for the weekend. She had my sons in an abusive surrounding because she was in an abusive relationship while she was in Florida. My sons seen incidents happen at 3 and 4 years old, and, 3 and 4 years old, and 2 and 3, 2 and 3 till they turned 3 or 4, that they shouldn't have seen. Okay, so when my kids came back from Florida, they weren't the same kids when that they left. They was happy go getting kids when they left. When they came back, the younger after 2 was Shamar, became a quiet child, just in a shell, and little Will came back an angry child, wanted to fight, run away, steal, lie, do just rebellious. Okay, so now through that instance, my children have seen their mother get in the car with another man and leave them while they're calling for their mother. My children have been with me while their mother was missing for 3 weeks. My children have been with me when the cops and people have come to get me and my kids to let her into my residence after she's been out all weekend with somebody. My kids have been taken from North Carolina and dropped off at some guys and people's houses that she claimed was my family, and my family's from New Jersey. And so that was a lie. And while my kids was there, this was like a shack in the wall, they said, like a trailer, with roaches, trash all everywhere. The snacks that they had, somebody took and ate them, and they was only there for the night. She took and said she was going one place and left them there, and they didn't see her till the next day. Let's see, she put my sons out in the rain in front of the cops and told them if they want to know where I'm at, they can go where I'm at. She's put my son out on the steps because she had to send somebody she was talking to away to go get her kids because they wanted to come where their mom was when they were supposed to have been on vacation together. But the whole time, like I said, they dropped off at, soon as she pulled up in town, they got out one car and went into the house, and she got into another car and left. Okay, she's been manipulating my kids, telling them that I'm not this and that and that, and I'm in the picture doing right by my kids. But I'm not this and I'm not that. She's got my kids food stamps, so wouldn't even give them money when they left out the house off their own food stamps. But yet she could party and have cookouts and fish fries and stuff with her friends and stuff like that. Let's see, for the 5, almost 6 years my kids been with me, she might have gave them Christmas presents 3 out the 5, 2 out the 5 years or 6 years. She might have gave them birthday presents 2 out the 5 years. She hasn't given them no income tax money. She hasn't brought them like clothes, school stuff, supplies, and stuff like that right there. Let's see. Only time she gets them stuff is when, like I said, she wants them to come over to her house and try to get them to move in so they won't be at my house no more. She had Zay do it once, which is the 14-year-old, and he's here with me again. She had the 18-year-old or the 19-year-old do it, and he's back and forth. The only reason he's over there now because, like I said, she's supposed to be going through this operation thing. So anyway, and it's more times than this, but I'm just giving a couple of the situations. So she's like, in her mind, she never did anything wrong. But from what I just told you, that's enough for anybody to dislike their mother or father, if that was the case, or anyone. But she feels as though, I guess, they not supposed to remember that, or that stuff didn't, when she said it, she didn't mean it, or well, however it went. But still, I would never tell my kids some of the things that she told my kids. I would never do to my kids the things that she does to my kids. So therefore, we know why my kids love me more. And so, on that aspect, when it comes down to it, there's no comparison of how our kids feel about me and her. Because when we have conversations, I always tell them, right decisions, right people to be around with, and so forth. And every time I get them on the correct route, here she comes to change that. For instance, if I have the kids coming at 8 o'clock, or when it gets dark so I know where they are and everything, and when the incidents go on in the neighborhood, no one can ever tell me that my kids are involved because I know where my kids are. And the reason I know my kids are there because I'm in the same place. But in her aspect, she'll get them over there. Oh, I'm going to give you some more freedom. So she had a 13-year-old coming in at 10 o'clock at night. Then he was coming in at when he wanted to come in. So then, you say, now that he's back at my house, he thought he could still do that. And he couldn't do that before. So now he knows. So he tried to be that rebellious stuff at the beginning. But like I let him know, like I let everyone else know, don't make me clunky. I'm talking to you like a man. I'm talking to you like a person. I'm trying to handle this like a person. If I meet you 50, you meet me 50. If you don't do your 50, remember, I'm still a parent. Don't make me clunky. My kids don't back talk to me. They may talk bad about me behind my back because I've done it when I was a kid, and I'm pretty much sure that a whole lot of other kids have done it. But when it comes down to it, my kids know that I teach them correctly as far as what I know. I didn't have a father figure in my life to teach me all the correct things, but I asked a lot of questions. I've talked to a lot of people over the years, and I try to take good incidents and insert them into the way I'd raise my kids compared to the bad stuff that I keep away from my kids. Then you say, another thing that's different from me and them others. My friends may know my kids' name, may know my kids, but my friends are not in my kids' face. I don't have children in grown folks' face. Even when my son turned 18, Will, the one that's 19 now, when me and my friends are standing around, he's come stand up. What you doing here? If you ain't got nothing to talk to me about, you don't need to be standing in grown folks' face. Period. Our conversations aren't for you. What we do ain't for you. What you see me do ain't what you do. Period. That's why I don't have nobody in their face, because they can't say that dad did anything. And I do quite a few things. But besides smoking cigarettes, my kids don't see me do nothing. I talk, I curse, I smoke. So I don't drink because I don't like the taste. I don't do crack, don't do all the other pills and all that other shit. But I do get down with my trees. I've been that way since I've been a kid. I'm sorry. If my mom was a little different, I might be different. But since she wasn't, this is what I am. So anyway, so like I was saying, so I keep my kids, separate from anything I do with anything I indulge with. I make sure they're in house. I make sure they have all of their food. Even when my kids stay at their mother's house, I make sure they get at least a month's worth of food every month, regardless of who they stay with or whatever, because they're still my kids. And so just like little Will, even though he's at his mama's house and that's his mother, every month when I go grocery shopping, I call him up so he goes grocery shopping. Excuse me, there ain't no $5 or $10 worth of stuff. He gets groceries. Like you would go groceries for the month, he goes grocery shopping for the month. So on that aspect, I see why my kids feel the way for me, because I treat them like I'm supposed to. But how can you demand love when you don't give love? How can you demand respect when you don't give respect? And then, like I said, every time you have a problem, you putting it off and making it seem like it's their fault. And like I said, we ain't been together for almost 5 years, but yet you bringing up stuff, talking about, well, did the kids ever know that you hurt me? And I'm like, when did I ever hurt you? But yet, in the middle of the conversation, long as she's on the phone talking about what I supposedly haven't did or did, she's on the phone. But as soon as I went to go with rebuttals with the truth, she hang up on me. So you called me. You started asking me these questions. You asked me why the kids in this feel this way. So when I go to tell you why they feel this way, why they may feel this way, you hang up on me. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear the truth. See, that's the thing. These people are nothing but energy vampires. I don't care who they is. And I'm like, as long as they feel as though they can manipulate the situation and they on top, they run their mouth. But as soon as you let them know you don't control nothing here, your bullshit doesn't go over here, then they want to hang up, or they want to say bye and you don't understand me and this and that and that. I understand. I understand that you want me to kiss your ass and tell the kids a bunch of lies so they can feel better about you. But if you was doing right the whole time, they would feel better about you. You feel me? So once again, this is me. This is me. True Streets. I am a I say I'm a pastor. Because with situations like this, it just makes me think so hard. But like I said, this is me. I'm True Streets. For True Streets, I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. If I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm not, let me know. But like I said, when it comes down to it, don't manipulate other people when you can't justify the bullshit that you've done. So you got to push it off onto your kids and your friends or whoever just to make yourself seem better on the inside. But if you're that nuts inside the head that's how it makes you feel, if it makes you feel better, go for it. But just don't include me in mine. You know what I'm saying? You know, and me, it's like, okay, certain people need healing. Some people can go to a doctor and therapist and stuff. But a person like that, can go to a therapist all day long and is not going to learn a thing because whatever the therapist tells them is going to go on one ear, not the other ear. You know what I'm saying? A person like this would never admit their guilt. Okay, so now that's my ex-wife situation. Now, getting on to my daughter's mom situation. Now, let me enlighten you, okay? Quite a few months back, last year even, I told my daughter's mom, because I was driving behind her, I'm like, hey, your tail light's out. Oh, I know, I'm going to get it fixed. A couple months later, oh, your tail light's out. I know, I'm going to get it fixed. Okay? A couple months later, my tail went out on my van. So when the tail light went out on the van, I fixed it. When I fixed mine, I told her that her tail light is still out. She said she has her mechanics going to take care of it. I said, okay. I stopped thinking about it. Now, when I do be behind her, I still see the tail light out. But I've told her so many times, it doesn't pass my mind to tell her anymore, if you can understand what I mean. Okay, so tonight she called me and tell me that she's off of work, and it was like 7:20, somewhere around there, and said, we're gonna meet at the store. So gets my daughter ready, goes to the gas station to meet her. She's not there. I go past her crib, she's not there. Then when I get back to the gas station, she's still not there. Then I finally get a text saying that, oh, I had to turn around and go back to the job. Okay. So now 20-something minutes went past, so I text her, I'm like, well, look, I'm on my way back to the crib because I've been over here since like 7:23, and it's like 7:40 now, somewhere around there. So I take it, I'll be like, look, I'm going back to the crib. So I get back to the crib, and I get text saying, okay. Then I get a text saying that, oh, it's going to be a while. I'm getting pulled over. Okay. So after a few minutes, she texted me and said, okay, it's going to be a while. Then she texted me and said she's on her way. So I'm like, oh. So I texted back. I'm like, okay. I said, they pulled you because your tail light, right? And then she gonna text me back, yeah. She gonna say, and then she gonna text me, I didn't know. And I'm like, you didn't know? I told you several months ago that your tail light was out. And I told you multiple times that your tail light was out. She gonna like, and I'm like, and you said you was getting it fixed. she gonna like, I did get it fixed. And I'm like, when did you get it fixed? She gonna say, a month ago. I say, okay, a month ago. Hmm. And I constantly see you with the same, and it's not like the left light, it's the right tail light. And it's the right tail light. And the reason I know it's the right tail light, because my right tail light went out on mine, but every time when she pulls ahead of you and stops on brakes, that light's out. So I'm like, hmm, doesn't make sense that she went and got it fixed, and I've never seen the difference. And normally, if she gets something fixed on her vehicle, she be like, I got something, I got my tune up today, I had to get a tire fixed, or blah, blah, blah. In my knowledge, I don't recall her ever saying that she got this tail light fixed, so which I'm truly believe that she lied and she never got it fixed. She made it thought she was going to get it fixed or wanted to get it fixed, and it slipped her mind for whatever reason. She didn't get it. All right. So now, I texted her and I'm like, I know I told you because it's the right tail light. And the reason I know it's the right tail light because I've been telling you about this tail light for quite a while. All right. So then she gonna say, so she gonna text me back. She gonna be like, so you see my tail light out and you didn't tell me, huh? I'm like, what you mean? I've been telling you, like I said, for damn near a year that this light been out. But so you seen it recently and didn't tell me. Yes and no. Last time I seen it, I think it was like a week or so ago. And then I don't be paying attention to it no more. Because I done told her that many times, so it slipped my mind. So now when I see it, it's just like normal things. So I just be like, okay, she'll get it fixed when she's ready to get it fixed. So I haven't said anything else about it. So why is this my fucking fault? Gonna be like, well, don't ask me for nothing ever again. Because you could know something like that. And I'm like, huh? This is your car. You get into your car. Don't they tell you to check your car every time you get in your car? Which most people don't. Especially most ladies don't. But anyway, I've told you about this damn light for almost a year. You didn't get it done, or if you did get it done, they didn't do it right or they didn't do it. So therefore, the mix-up is on somebody else. So don't push it over on me. You feel me? So you trying to make it seem like you gonna tell me what not to ask you for, which I don't give a fuck. If you don't want me to ask you for shit, I won't. You feel me? But I'm saying, when you ask me for shit, and don't ask me then. But I'm saying, why I have to go through this? Because your situation, you didn't do what you were supposed to do by your vehicle, so you gonna push it off onto me. I don't drive your vehicle. We're not in a relationship. All we have is a child together. But you're gonna get mad at me because I didn't tell you the last time I seen your light out that you needed to get your shit fixed. I told you for damn near a year, it's not my responsibility in the first place. But after I done told you that many times, that's you. That's on you. What am I supposed to see? Every time I see you, your tail lights out, your lights out. When you stop, your light don't cut on. Your lights out, your lights out, your lights out. That's not my responsibility. I'm not a mockingbird. You don't listen, that's on you. But you still try to put it off on me. And I mean, so we going through Texas to Texas to Texas behind a light that's on her vehicle that she didn't get took care of. So now she has a ticket for it. But then gonna get mad at me and tell me don't ask her for nothing because I told you already that your damn light was out and you should have got it fixed. So, like I said, my name is True Streets. True Streets from, I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. I'm getting tongue-tied a little bit because it's got me thinking because, like, I be thinking about, okay, is there any way that it is my fault? And I'm like, no. I don't see how this situation has anything to do with me at all besides the fact that she had to get my daughter from me. That's it. So, once again, I am True Streets. You know what I'm saying? These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. If you feel me, comment. If you don't feel me, comment. You know what I'm saying? Because I would like to know, because people take your kindness for weakness. They take your goodness, for granted. And they try to manipulate you when they know they the one that's fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? And once again, like I tell y'all, don't let people manipulate you and do you any kind of way over their bullshit. You feel me? That's why I tell you keep smiling, because a situation like this, things pop in just that quick to make you mad, to tee you off, to get you out of your karma space, to get you out of your enlightened space, to get you off your rocker, if you let them. And the reason I'm got the hostility in my voice, because people need to know you can't let people just take over you and do you any kind of way that they choose to, because if that's the case, they're going to manipulate the hell out you. They'll manipulate you into the ground. They'll manipulate the change out your pockets and the clothes off your back. They'll manipulate the house off from over top of your head, the car that you drive in. If you don't think a person would take everything from you for their benefit, something's wrong. So once again, y'all keep smiling, because remember, y'all gave y'all that smile. Don't let nothing on this earth take it away from you, because they don't deserve it. I ain't gonna let them take mine. And then, like I said, I kill them with kindness. When you smile and you talking back to them, they get pissed. And when they get pissed, hey, that's on them. As long as I told the truth, my conscience is clear, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow feeling good. There's no one in my bed, so when I lay in there, I'm gonna be comfortable. I'm gonna put my legs up over my pillow, relax my back, and sleep real good as I listen to my meditations. So you all do what you do. Follow the guru. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good day. And check this out. I'm about to get out of here, for the ones who don't know me and for the ones who do. When I look my head to the right, like over here, like over that way. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. When I do like this, you already know what time it is.